So, the four parties of the Nothing Guild all emerge from the sewers after completing the previous task, or handsomely rewarded by the city guard, and you all feel very good about yourselves for completing your first official
And start the time.
contract. Yes. As you return to your guild, you immediately met with Cassandra, who immediately scoffs at your smell, and you kept outside of a makeshift bath to just quickly wash yourself off and scrub all your armor.
Oh, I'm fine. Not on me.
Yeah, thankfully it doesn't take long because you actually didn't jump into the sewers. You were smart enough to stay out of it. Like the sewers in general, the water part of the place.
At least we got an alchemist.
Yeah, but
Some nice cleansers.
You threw them in, which means you didn't get your hands wet.
Sucks to be in.
You now have a couple hours to do anything at your leisure
Well, after I finish cleaning up,
before you turn in for the night to continue your quest for tomorrow, or any of the following quests.
Can we get some trench? I need 2 trench knives.
you got money there.
Trench knives.
You're using calluses.
Yeah, I am. But still trench knives. We got like knuckle busters.
So I get a trench sword.
Yeah.
Where all your bigger, you can use a
You
trench
must have given the bayonet to attach to your sword.
So
Bayonet to attach my sword.
Yeah.
we do the thieves.
How much is it for an open pen?
Also, if you wanted, you can roleplay purchasing to see if you can get a better deal or a bonus. If not, you can just dump the money and get the item during your downtime.
Well,
So you wanted to see if you can get some extra gold from selling.
Yeah.
He wants to get drunk.
yeah, that was no point.
Well, selling's important because then we'll figure out what it's saying.
Yeah. So far everyone got 80 gold each.
Actually, the paladin probably want to go to church and pray,
Yes.
and the alchemist probably want to sit at home to see if you can brew something. But
Lamb. A merchant of repute who will be able to take our orders.
Sure we can beat up later.
yeah, you find one not too far away. So what exactly do you want to sell? He greets you and with a growling voice. Just ask what your pleasure be.
Here to sell some goods.
What kind of goods you got?
We recently acquired some equipment. The previous owners no longer needed.
I hope it's clean.
Yes, it is. It's been cleansed by our fellow alchemists.
It's been blessed by the paladin.
Yes. That place is some metal for me.
Yes, it's definitely clean.
So he gives him a look over, but doesn't find any significant symbols, or he just cuts to the chase and asks, how much you looking for all this? I put him at a cut of half off for all items you want to sell, but see if you wanted to get a better deal. So what was the total price of all those items?
So
Like
10, 30, on rainbow, 110, 122.
122.
122.
So how much were you hoping to get from all these?
Oh, my compatriot does this all pretty good.
Yeah, 122.
You got fellow worship with metal.
What's that?
You got together with metal?
What's that?
You have power. Menoth is the one who saved humanity from the outsiders.
No, it's not. That's my work.
The human works through metal. He looks over the weapons, getting a sniff, give you 40 for it.
40. I've expected at least half the value.
Well, yeah, straight
I
up.
have been cleaned, they've been looked after, resharpened before.
Have they been resharpened? Because these look pretty dented to me.
60%?
Alright, 60 gold. Wow.
Holy fuck. So, mate.
That's quite reasonable.
On the
It's
dice.
just on the dice.
Yeah. So, what do you think convinced him to give you a better deal?
Your faith in money.
Of course. Menos protects all humans.
Yeah, we don't need it, don't worry.
He kind of stumbles me. He goes, "Yes, I can give you 80 gold. You know,
Gold! Done!
Yes, unbelievably.
your cheap leads will be considered a generous donation to the Temple of Manor."
I can truthfully say that a part of your payment will be donated to the Church of Menor.
I mean, it goes in your pocket and you're working for it.
So, yeah. Well, I'm going to be tight with it anyway, so.
So, Dwarf and Paladin are happy making good transaction deal. Who wants to go next? The Ocarina or the Alchemist?
The Alchemist. Let the Alchemist have some fun.
Tinkering in my new alchemy lab.
Mm-hmm. Was there anything you wanted to make?
There's no in preparation for open,
Huh?
There's no in preparation for open.
Add an extra 70 gold each to your coppers.
70.
Yes.
80 plus 70.
Well, we had some leftover money already from things. Like when you shoot people upside down, so.
That's donations.
Well, go and speak to Zachary for that.
Right?
I'll go with.
But that's kind of if you're locked into that mission.
Oh,
Oh, we can't. Oh, we
Now I
don't have
need
any
to do-
details, so.
But that's kind of the way it's set up.
Yeah, well, if people are being raided from farm. And this just says bulk travel rule, which means that it's not necessarily life threateningly important.
no,
If someone's being raided, that's the reward point.
And you've also been informed by your fellow Trump that another mercenary guild is heading up to deal with the bulk tropes.
Well, they're pretty handle on it, so may as well get a full cut of lunch instead of only half. We'll go and see Zachary at farmers.
Alright, everyone cool with that? You're just gonna walk there or help?
we're not putting in here horse and cows.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Normally you wouldn't need one, but you do have the warjack armor suit to bring along.
Well, it is one of the things I plan on buying.
You can rent one, or you can just walk it up.
Well, we make it a party beer.
You can walk, you probably need to buy a couple extra coals.
Oh, to the farm.
Yeah, because it will take you a couple of hours just to walk there. It really depends how you want to get there. Through the convenience of horse and cart, or in a heavy metal suit full of sweat and tears.
I like car.
How much is it to rent a car for buying that?
Is that where you're trying to hang out?
Buying a horse and cart is probably not a good deal because you haven't upgraded your guild to house one, which is an idea you should probably keep in mind for the future.
And on the way out of town, I am going to buy some ammunition.
I'm going on
I might suggest that you do so.
I should buy some ammunition.
Seeing as you shot what the bullets, I shall buy 10 rounds worth of bullets to add to my current.
I would have back in the day when people were thinking about what the future would be like. And the future adventure moved past the horse pulling a cart. And we have an iron mechanical horse pull the cart.
Oh, I plan on making a truck.
A truck?
Yeah.
Truck? Tank?
Oh, I'm not sure if I can build it.
Why not?
Well, I know that I can attach a portable steam engine to a wagon and make it drive the wheels.
Tank?
You can do that. Yeah, a warjack or a light labor jack whose job is to pull a cart. You won't have to feed it.
And you just put armor plates on it.
On the warjack.
No, the car. So we got a tank.
I'm not climbing out nothing to throw at bombs.
Well, no, it's a tank.
It shoots your bombs. Don't say anything about a cart, so say, I don't don't know why they wouldn't put that in. So you need a $60 deposit, and you'll get back 45 if you bring the horse.
Alright. I know how to drive, just give me the wheel.
Yeah, but there are no.
need that wheel to rotate on the ground.
Yeah, but there's no laws preventing you from drinking and horsing.
Right, but there is just box preventing it from drinking and drumming. I want to ride on one piece unit, so.
Yeah, just drive carefully. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm the horsey.
Yep.
I mean, really big horse.
The cart slowly pulls along out through the city walls, the multiple layered walls, out through the north of the city, starts going along the cobblestone road, passing several more expensive housing, farming, watch houses. You'll relax and enjoy the surprisingly warm sun, but you do notice in the horizon what looks to be rain coming off at a later date. You don't see notice anything on the road along the way. You do catch signs of animal silhouettes off in the distance or through shrubbery or forest areas, but nothing seems to be approaching the heavy clumping draft horse that seems to be pulling along a crew of 5, one of who looks like some kind of man out of metal.
It's all a game out here.
Yeah, you're gonna go out and get it or what? You're gonna use a half man.
Yeah, you're not going to shoot it and then you lose it. Go and get it.
Go get it.
Speaking of,
Go on.
Did you buy some bullets for that?
Split yourself from the party. Go on. I've got something planned here if you want to do that.
Can't I just shoot it?
Alright, it's my fault.
Yeah, Rob runs out of the bed and all of a sudden, yeah, the pole fell somewhere.
Yeah, but we can just shoot it.
You can do that. I mean, if you just want to reduce your ammo count by 1, go ahead.
It sounds like it's a bad thing.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Do it. Do it. Go on.
Go on, you
Go on, roll.
Shoot something.
Go on, roll. Roll. Go on. See your roll, man.
Oh, fine then. Let me shoot something.
Who's denying it? He's the leader. He's trying to show some responsibility.
Yeah, go faster, shoots the horse in the ass.
Several hours pass through to lunch when you finally arrive onto the town, which you discover the name of the town is. Title, give me one.
First thing that comes into your head.
Yay!
Gay Town.
Or yay!
After a quick word with a few farmers, they direct you towards Zachary Newport, who's residing in a double-story farmhouse that seems that you can tell by its appearance this was built by him, or at least bought by someone who, it's not
Run down.
Yeah, it's not run down. What I mean is it's not manufactured. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway. Even though manufactured, but we maintain that.
It's not built by the government. It looks like there's some love and attention put into it.
It's one of a kind, it's unique.
Zachary Newport, he lets you in, but he seems really down. He seems really sad. He just asks you, how come no one turned up yesterday? We put out the call the day before, no one turned up.
Well, someone showed up. Someone didn't. Not who though. Apparently someone showed up and went down.
That was the fish town.
Fish Town, we're in Fish Town.
We're in fish town.
No.
Oh, we're in Fish Town.
You're in Yay Town.
I'm in the Fish Town.
You decided to go to
We're in fish town.
Yeah, fish town's being
I'm
taken care of.
confused now. I thought we were going to Fish Town.
You're like booze!
Don't knock the booze. I didn't do this.
Well, we apologise for our delay. We were busy helping the police yesterday.
There was a shortage of medicine coming
And booze, apparently.
He looks really dejected and at first they were just attacking livestock. We don't know who it was, but it sometimes just found the remains, and yesterday it took my wife, man. She's gone.
We'll get it back, or at least as much of her as we can. But
Do you know what has been attacking?
And we don't know, they've just been attacking at night.
Alright.
Has there been any clues found?
Maybe there is something in the stables, but there's just...
Leave remains.
Yeah, you mentioned cattle and...
Yeah, so I might be able to look at some cattle that was attacked. Might give you some ideas.
They also managed to knock in a few storehouse. A few sheds. Missing a couple of weapons in.
Oh, so we're not dealing with animals.
No, this, as far as I'm aware, they're animals.
We saw a lot of game and livestock and stuff. A lot of game along the road. Why are they attacking your cattle?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
We saw a lot of game along the road on the way here. Why would they be attacking your cattle? There's plenty to eat out here.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was a bit confused for a moment there. As far as I know, they've all been running away from you.
Okay.
Do you have any enemies?
They're farmers. What enemies will we have?
Fish down.
Fish down.
Does a neighbouring farmer want to expand and wants your property?
They've been attacking all the farmers.
Well, I suggest we post a guard at night somewhere and see if we can get
Oh, I think we can't. Check out these stables and find out any clues, maybe.
find out what weapons they use.
He's very, very dejected, but he does drag his feet along and manages to bring you to a storehouse. I'm mixing my words up tonight.
Okay.
To a farmhouse. You look in to find some of the cattle still remain, but what looks to be the remains of a cow missing half its guts. So let's go for some investigation rolls. Intellect.
That is a 7 plus 12.
You might need a bit of help from your fellows. Nice.
Okay,
16.
Nice. And just a drunk. Not out.
Why can't investigate? Got no skill in it.
I don't either.
Yeah,
Some roll straight intelligence.
Plus 3.
Okay, intelligence for investigating something.
You might get fox cat.
You're better than I did.
13.
11 for me.
Well, that is good enough to look over and discover that not only were they torn off with hands and sharp teeth, but you can also notice cut marks. Whoever did it is intelligent enough to use weapons, but they're also violent enough to not care.
Yeah. Did they take anything?
Yeah, does it look like precision
Like I
cuts?
say, half is missing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, looking at the thing, does it look like there were precision cuts up and animals down, like butchery just removed the meat?
Basically, just butchery to remove them.
Yeah, or just, like hacking with swords and making this.
No, not hacking with swords. Just tear them from limb until it is done.
Right.
Rip and tear until it is done.
Being one of those wolfmen from the circle.
Oh, you know that? No, because okay. Let me put it this way: if this is a wolfman who's using a bladed weapon, you probably got an army on your ass. If it's just a wolfman, they're probably not smart or well equipped to use bladed weapons. In other words, you hope it's not a wolfman with a giant sword.
Why?
Because I'll kick your ass.
I'll kick its ass and take it.
Let's just say in the War Machine game, the strong circle of Ouroboros war beasts are the wolves with giant swords. Like charge in, I swing and attack.
Need more run backs.
Oh, yeah.
I see your wolfman, I raise your run back.
While looking around the barn, you do notice that what looks to be like a crudely made sharpened blade with tethered rags just hanging off.
Ooh, pretty. We keep it?
What?
You go.
Shit.
What?
Yeah, if you want to keep it, sell it to
Yeah,
someone.
shit.
It's basically scrap metal for someone you sell it to, which is like 1 gold. It's a big
Come on,
blade.
put that in the car.
You probably okay.
Scrap metal. I always use scrap metal. Wrong.
Oh yeah, you just
I just hammer it on my tongue.
Until later time, it's bits.
So, do they only attack at night, or?
They mostly come out at night. Mostly.
wait. I was waiting to see how long. We've only heard them come out at night.
Come play with us.
Well, they heard sound.
And last night they were bold enough to come far enough into town to hurt someone, or?
Okay, you are in the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you heard her screaming last night when she was out, and when you found her, she was butchered.
Bush.
I don't mean to be rude, but what was your wife on the outside at night knowing that
I hope not. It's planning on pinning it on her.
No, I'm not. I'm just curious as to why she would risk her own life like that.
She wasn't risking her life. She was just out inspecting the farm stuff.
That seems pretty risky to me. Never mind though. I'm just wondering, that's all. How do you plan on dealing with the problem at the moment, other than us? Is the town doing some sort of a thing where they're trying to stay safe by all going to one place as a residence, staying there for an evening, or?
We just lock up because we thought that would only touch the animals.
That's important. They haven't tried getting inside your houses.
No. We only hear noises from a distance. By the time we actually get there and look, whatever was there was gone.
What's something?
None of the boys in town are decent at tracking.
Yeah, we do have a couple of scouts, but they've only been looking around.
They're not full scouts, they're cubs.
Their towns.
Keep forgetting. Yeah, at first we thought that were just, dogs or wolves or something, so they set up traps outside of town.
Okay. Maybe we can talk to them. They might know more. They might have come across some unusual trails or something when they're out hunting.
You eventually find what seems to be a couple of young men. They don't look like you can tell from their appearance that they do have some experience, but you can tell by their appearance that all of you trump them individually.
Yeah, but I'm not asking for
Yeah.
skill, I'm asking.
Now, when you ask, they go, we don't know what we're doing, sorry. Like, when they first attacked, we thought that was just a couple of wild dogs. So
Can you draw the footprint or show us somewhere where we can see one?
we've set out a few traps, but we haven't actually had a chance to go out and inspect.
Do they have any obvious trail signs or anything? Or trail lines, sorry?
And show you the traps if you like.
Yeah, we'll check out these traps and see if we can't.
The cubs take it to the outskirts of the farmland, towards the more forested, bushy areas, and he points and goes, as far as we can tell, the tracks we found came from this direction, but we've also found tracks all around the place.
So no, they're traveling single path and
Hide their
numbers.
trap. I said.
Yes.
Yes, that's what they did.
Good on you, Rob. Turn it down, there's 40 of them.
It's making it sound like it's going to be a challenge.
Don't worry. You've got
I'll take the 39 on the left, you take the one on the right.
No.
you've got 3 heavy brutes, all getting buffed by him, so you're fine. So, did anyone want to start tracking?
Look at me.
You don't do the wild wolf stuff, I thought you did.
What?
Obviously, tracking perceptions.
Yep.
Perception?
Perception, which is detection.
Don't we have an alchemist who has boosted perception? You can speak to them and ask them on what they think it could be.
Well,
10.
I asked them what they
Like, at first we thought that might be wolves, but what they've done, it could just be a troll. You can tell by the footprints it's not a troll.
not a troll.
The depth of the footprint.
That definitely is a troll.
Does it have foot patterns or is it like birds or?
No, they're natural.
That's definitely a troll.
Like, something that could be Dregged or undead.
Who is extra perceptive?
Who was extra perceptive in this?
Whatever it is, right?
I'm pretty sure one of you has had boosted perception rolls.
Not I.
Why?
Told the alchemist.
I can get it through the intellect. I'm sure.
Let's all track then. Yay! Oh, that's cool. 11.
Okay, you easily come to the conclusion it's not a troll or a troll blood or troll kin. Probably not even a pygmy troll. You also know that going by the tracks that there might not be wolves because the tracks are bipedal.
Yeah.
Could be a crop man.
Although you do notice what looks to be a third or a fourth set of footprints, so whatever this creature is, they are, you can tell they are humanoid, but they're also capable of travelling with their arms. You immediately throw out the conclusion that's an undead because based on their actions. And so did you want to start following the track, see what you can find, or did you want to back up and try and think of something new?
Still a bit of daylight, we can see what the tracks lead. We can find a few sets of tracks, see if they have common sources or
Yeah.
common direction.
Alright. Now, everyone give me, I'll probably use an investigation roll for that first one, but give me a tracking roll.
You spend the big points to boost the long point roll.
9.
Worth it. Yeah, good day.
13.
Following your fearless leader, who I assume is wearing his armor.
Yes.
Just didn't want to spring that on you and get you caught with your pants down.
That's the point.
Hand cannon out. Pistol out.
As a bit after what seemed like an hour of slow travelling, you do find more remnants of evidence like blood drops, bones, sinew, and
Provided I. Oh, 12.
as you're all wandering through, the paladin steps forward and starts clearing brush with his scissors.
Scissors?
Dagger.
When suddenly you hear a snap and a harsh chunk as a bear trap snaps onto your arm and tries to pierce through your armor, but it manages to hold, and you can only just feel the blades slowly crushing in the innards of your.
Oh, still. Yeah.
My big little fingers, you can't get hurt.
Yep, with your trusted friends who like and endorse you a lot, they manage to easily pry off the trap before any more damage can come.
That's good.
You said it was attached to his arm?
Looking around, you see more here and there hidden in the brush, more bear traps. However, you do notice one trap seems to have a creature attached right to the arm.
What kind of creature?
It's a really, looking at the creature going from head to tail, you look at the side of the like human, but their skin is really bleached, with really pulled and tight. Weird, horrible creature with bones sticking out. That's obviously dead with glassy eyes. However, when looking over, you do notice that his body seems to be burned or singed.
Is it still alive?
No, it's dead. Glassy eyes, gone. Mouth.
That's because of the animated.
Start with his life is dead.
That's what I was wondering. It was undead in the last year.
His spirit is gone. He's so traumatic.
Stab it. I stab it.
Poke it with a stick, Rob. That's where you start.
I
More
my
importantly,
sword
what is
stab
it? Stop sticking it with stuff. What is it?
Dead. Dead now.
So you're having a go at me. You all know that this is common Drake. But let's see what you know. Give me intelligence plus law or extraordinary zoology, if anyone has that ability.
What about just intelligence?
Alright, let's see what you got.
14.
I'll see it. 14. I'm ready to go 14.
14.
Outside of the realm of my knowledge and innocence.
You know what a Drake is.
Intelligence up. Plus Three.
Law, extraordinary zoology law.
9. 6 plus 3 is 9.
You know about the Drake. They are a race of vile, bony humanoids that live underground in many regions throughout the Iron Kingdoms. They have an intense aversion to sunlight, which causes them physical pain.
What's pain?
They revel in pain, and their wounds actually strengthen them, making them fight with increased ferocity.
So they fight better during the day.
And they don't.
What a bit.
So this one probably got caught in the trap and then died from exposure to the sun.
Yes, you can easily tell from all the what looks like bite marks on his own arm to claw marks in the dirt. This one was desperately trying.
Obviously, he didn't make him that strong. You'd be dead. Is he getting loot?
No.
That's not important.
Which means there's a cave somewhere.
I'm able to show his own arm. Has he ever woken up when it's been a girl he really doesn't know?
Chop his arm off and go, there you go, you're free. Oh. What? We're going to torture it. It's already dead.
It's torture, it's
I
dead.
know. I'm going to torment it.
But that means there's a cave or something, right? These guys are underground.
Oh, that's worrying.
There's stuff in the trees.
Worst of all, trees get chained together.
Are there any tracks from that thread?
Yes. Following the tracks, you do find, like close by, like a rocky surfaced area. You do find a cave entrance that seems to go down, but everyone give me a detection or any perception roll to determine what else you find.
10.
15.
Everything is awesome. Everything's cool when you're part of the team. Everything is awesome. When you dream, every dream.
Looking around, you do see at least fairly decently 3 tunnel entrances, and looking up on top of the hill, you do high up on top of the hill what looks like another tunnel entrance.
Which one seems to have a lot of movement coming down?
That one. I point to one on the ground.
Aside from echoes of like,
Is it drag marks or blood? Or
they seem every seems to have a decent amount.
it would seem there might be a tribe living here.
Can we knock the entrances down?
Can we
Yeah, but if we do that,
sit
accept
on
one of
the
the
fire?
entrances.
We've got grenades. Let's use all these grenades and blow it up.
Sounds.
One grenade. I'm not going to find some large rocks or something.
We could just go in guns blazing.
Does my gun do anything less than blade?
Yes.
Considering these are underground burrowing kind of creatures, you can try and trap them in the cave, but it might be a temporary
Yeah,
I think
baby.
I think we need more about we block up some entrances and then attack through one. And
Flood it with
make another.
water and then get into that.
Okay, where's your water?
We're getting every decanter.
Hey, come on.
It's
Sorry,
ripping you.
she's got gunk in her eyes.
Huh?
If you didn't crawl through the bushes, we'd have to clean you.
I think I'm birds.
Yeah. Well, what do you say we just go in blazing?
Yep.
Blazing. Alright. Grab a torch. And then pitchforks.
Torches and pitchforks, check.
Looking towards the cliff face, which entrance you want to go through? Middle, left, right, or up?
What do you do? Go left.
When in doubt, take the middle.
Run down.
Go to the right.
Okay, splitting the party.
We each take an entrance.
Are you sure?
We'll stand there and argue.
Until nightfall. They'll come out.
We're in the middle of things. You'll wait. Thank you.
The adults are talking here.
Alright.
Yeah, everyone's got their ready to action. Which hole's going to come out?
Stop whacking our hole.
Going by what you've heard about Drake, you know that these kind of creatures are the kind that rarely get ambushed by, and usually the ones who are doing the ambushing. Yes. So you have to be mighty cautious about your directions and your approach.
I say we just go blazing in and shoot anything that moves. If it doesn't move, we shoot it.
So while it is possible to sneak up on them, your current party setup probably won't allow it.
No.
But you might want
Well, we've
to
got the clanky and the steamy.
and a loud one.
Yeah, clanky and steamy.
The loud one.
Oh, well, I can be really
He's
strong.
only
Oh,
there.
yeah, Robbie very sneaky used to one.
So I'm just saying, if you want to bush up your spells of any.
Yeah, I'll start my spell.
Yeah, that's probably the best one to use.
Everyone's steamy.
Yeah, good idea, because these guys are probably most. Yeah, they can see in the light, so they will see you even if you weren't glowing. So which entrance would you want to go down?
The middle. I'm lost. I choose.
You'll bravely suit up and pull up your loins, start marching in through the middle tunnel.
We push the paladin to the front.
How brave of you.
Dive around the neck using the shield.
Brace her on.
Don't fucking move.
Almost immediately after the slight bend to the right, you do notice the path splits to the left and the right. And you start looking around, you do notice that in the cave besides what seems to be not exactly recent, but man-made dug holes that come in and out through the walls and the ground.
I say we go hunting.
You have to stick your military rifle and it comes out from the hole behind you.
I'm gonna start the video checking. Alright. Well, you take point. You go in the middle. I'll take the rear.
You all continue moseying down as steam pumps up through.
I'll do a crazy item every now and then.
You do hear, I don't know which mission you do, so I couldn't convince you to get bottled by.
Donuts around enemy tanks and shooting in this thing.
Yeah, it's been tough to plan handy for example. Yeah, this mob is experiencing problems. That's all we've done.
And did you give back those lanterns from?
They didn't ask for them.
I need to double check that, but okay, you've got 2 lanterns. That's how you get through. You come across another fork that goes left and right, and not only goes right, but you can see it also curves, an extra tunnel curves just right behind it.
So we went down the tunnel, and then we went left, and now there's another tunnel that goes left and right.
Well, it splits.
Do you want me to start yelling? I can start yelling.
What, give me a concentrated way?
I might get attention.
Let's take the right tunnel.
Technically, you can then go right or right and then straight. So it's left, middle, or right. The tunnel has a sharp right, and what feels like you're going back the way you came, find another path that splits that goes left and to the right.
Just to go left. So actually making some distance.
Okay, so you want to go left. However, looking to the right, you can see when you do that thing where you look it through the corner of your eye, it seems to be very low light.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Traveling down the tunnel, after a bit, you do realize what the light source is. It's sunlight coming through a cave entrance.
We went all the way around to the outside again.
Yes,
Which tunnel is it?
the right.
My right. Not your left.
We went left,
No, we went
and
right.
then right, and then left again.
Then we went right.
Remember, you said you were going to go left, and I mentioned on the right side is light, and you went, oh, let's go that way.
There you go.
I can navigation. I feel this might be important. And see if we can think of a wrong turn to make my repairs. I've never got it.
Why did you use the way to begin with?
Alright, once look, that's the path you went. Okay, you came from here, went down there, and all the way back up there.
Oh, okay, you might map it for you.
Wonder where we got things wrong. This is why we don't let you navigate.
This is kind of why I designed it this way, to see if you would accidentally go backwards.
That's fine. I'll lead on McDuff.
I'll lead back to where we turned around.
Okay, did you want to go through that left you ignored, or go back to that tree triway?
Back to that left.
No, I think back to that triway.
What for?
Want to go deeper into the caves to find the enemy so we can slaughter them in their homes.
Going back to that triway, your options are now to, there are 2 directions to go back to the tunnel entrances. One that goes left, briefly hear moments of shrieking before it goes quiet. Another tunnel goes to your right.
Well, that's not tricky. When I buy this baby, I'm gonna shoot something. Not nothing.
Yeah, you will shoot something. Usually let's slug about, yeah, big go out. Wow. So technically you shoot
So I've got 2 viable paths, so I suppose I'll take a left one.
Head towards the tree.
Okay, keep that detail in mind. I wanted to direct the party direction to go shrieking. Or giant dinosaurs. That's the video game.
Yes, let's go towards the night.
You walk down that corridor where suddenly there is another fork that goes left to right. You do hear movement coming from the left. You walk down and as the cavern opens up into a room, what little light you can see bouncing off the walls, looking around you see animal remains, cow remains, and what have you. You also see shifting shadows that quickly disappear in the background.
Stop breaking stuff.
Quick throw for the grenade will help.
Second.
Venture further into the cave and try and light it up with the torches.
All the seas.
You wander in and a foul stench of death envelops. You take a peek and again to determine this might be a feeding area, or at least a makeshift feeding area.
Is anyone trying to feed?
No, but then suddenly a bony skeleton of sharpened crow immediately pokes out through a hole, opens its mouth and lets out a huge shriek, where it then suddenly jumps up and who's in front?
Ready weapons.
My weapons are out. Nice. 60 barrels like out of its mouth.
Dodge this.
As it steps up, you can see on its right arm like a cruelly made sharpened blade that's attached to its wrist with wrappings.
Yep, that's how I get a reaction time.
Actually, it's +2 him, but as its blades come down and strike the armor, the bright coloured glyphs spring off your body and immediately deflect it. And suddenly you see 2 more Dregged burst to adjacent holes, not adjacent, 2 holes behind you, and they all immediately move in to strike.
Turn around and shoot one first.
Yep, let's see how you do.
Initiative.
Let's not do initiative at the moment because this is just a mini battle.
Shooting then. First, please. Spend a focus to first. Does a 17 hit.
Oh yes.
15 damage. Oh, that's not cool. Only 18 damage.
That's just enough. As the Dregged pops out of the hole, shrieks and immediately plunges at the dwarf, powers up his hand cannon, flips it around, and explodes his chest wide open.
Yes.
That's right. That's a new way of getting whack-a-mole.
The second Dregged immediately jumps at the dwarf for being so cruel. You can see the glyphs try and pierce the blade off its arm, so it pierces through and strikes your armor for 1 point.
I laughed at your pitiful attempts.
Aside from the Ogren, actually you go because they're distracted by flashing lights.
How does a 13 go?
Yep, that's fine.
18 damage.
Just enough.
Only 18 minutes.
Unfortunately, what seems like a retaliatory strike, an ability, it immediately strikes back, immediately attacks back and does 2 points of damage to column 6. Actually, add 2 more to that, got pain. Sorry.
Yeah, double ones.
Oh, if you hit, you get a big one there.
Maybe you can spend a feat point to re-roll that.
11.
CS is 12, so -3. Actually, -2 because of your ability to increase that 1 by 1.
2 damage.
2 damage.
In the things stabbing range.
You can walk up and stab the one who's been damaged, or the Drake who popped up behind you who's attacking you.
Go the one behind me. Again, double 6. Die.
Nice. You get a feat for that.
Snake eyes.
Oh, let's see. Armor of 12. So what's your PS? It easily deflects your.
Like I said, I've got roll snake eyes.
I know. I'm just saying. I was just a bit surprised that it's still just 0. He immediately strikes back and misses, and the Painmonger in front of you. Who's the last one to hit it?
Was it roll?
Yes.
Yes, I shot him with the hand.
Painmonger attempts, angered but also invigorated by its pain,
Tries to monger pain.
attempts to crudely jab its blade right into you. Oh crap. 12?
Well. Oh, yep, it's 12.
Good.
So 14.
Pierces through your armor and does 9 points of damage to column 4. You might want to spend a big point to halve that at 5.
I shall spend my second hit.
Let's see if we can end this. With the dwarf,
So I reload and turn around and shoot him.
the one who's damaged or with the smaller guy?
Oh, there's still one back, is there?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll shoot the big guy. That he seems to be causing lots of damage to around.
You charge up the hand cannon and jab your gun in its face, pulls the trigger and defense. Defense 10,
Yeah, and then some.
armor 15. Minus 2, oh hand cannon is 14, right?
12.
Okay, so minus 2. You show it the real meaning of pain. You show your gun in its face and causes the entire top half of its jawline to snap and explode off. And it's quick. You all turn around at the lone Dregged who's looking back and forth, and you all immediately jump in and bash the crap out of him. So, do you want to take a 15-minute break to heal up, or you want to keep powering on through?
Let's keep going. Yeah.
Pushing on.
Getting out the car.
You go back to searching through the caves. Curious why there was only 3. There must be leaders somewhere close by. Whatever these were just hanging out.
Yeah.
But that commotion probably caused echoes through the cavern, so you have to be much more cautious about what you might find around the corner. You turn back around and go back to that fork. Go right to go back the way you came, or left to go a new direction. And as you go through, you come across a 4-way split, a tunnel, but that tunnel seems to go more upward. A tunnel to your left to go more down, but in front of you, straight ahead, it seems to be opened up into a large cavernous area. As you approach the large cavernous area, does anyone want to give me a detection roll?
Yes. Yes, I do. Not very good. 10. We see nothing towards the sound. Obviously a trap.
It's a trap.
You hear a shriek, very loud shriek, and in front of you, you see bursting out of the ground a much more rugged Dregged with more sharpened blades attached to his arm, and he even has holding what seems to be a simple rifle. He immediately shrieks and points his gun, and as you hear gunfire explode out of the darkness. Now let's see, who wants to take the first shot? Paladin? Yeah, okay.
Totally hit Paladin.
And then what actions we get, I'll actually do my stance before I attack.
Dancing.
Unfortunately, that's what I wanted you to roll for. See, if you caught them jumping out. What's your armor again?
7.
2 points of damage. Column 3. What feels like a small pistol round smacks you in the side shoulder, doing 4 damage to column 1.
To me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Come on, Lucky. Don't kill the damn characters. Good. No damage. The ogre here feels the pistol round hits him in the chest, 3 points to column 1.
So that was is that a shot?
Yes.
I'm shooting back.
Go ahead. 4.
Return fire.
Return fire.
Defense 11 and 12 armor.
9.
Oh,
Too dark.
Yeah,
Still too dark. Feel like.
Let's spend my last point to reroll.
Come on, lucky 7s.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yep.
5 damage.
5 damage.
Always kill him. Now he's fueled with pain. At the moment you counted 3, but suddenly 2 more burst out behind you. Now we roll for initiative.
Holy shit.
John, you're pretty quick on your feet. Let's see what you can do.
Oh, throw an acid at the doctor.
Just throw a dagger in.
12 hit.
The defense for all but A, 12, 10, 11. The little guy's armor is 12.
18. That's including lens bonus.
The health is 6, so straight death. Boom.
Straight into the jugular.
And you get a beat for it. Second attack. After you throw a knife and stab him in the face, It shrieks and howls as a knife jabs into its chest. It immediately pulls out and revels in its own pain and roars like it's doing a mini ritual. The almighty paladin sees himself surrounded and immediately leaps or stands to action.
Well, I want to position myself in the same spot, and I'll adopt a stance.
He immediately covers his friends and issues a challenge to Dregged.
Yes, come at me, bro.
Nathan, immediately erupt your engines and
I
challenge.
will make upkeep my spell, and then I shall.
If you deal with E, then everything's good.
Yeah, because I'm not sure E has that.
Gonna sacrifice for aim.
What's it again?
Just don't move when you get plus 2.
Yeah, you probably don't need to ever sacrifice movement. Attacking defense.
That's gonna hit. That's a 15. I'll boost the damage.
12 armor, so this is plus 1 on dice.
Plus 1. Oh, that's terrible. 6, exactly.
6 damage. That's how much health they have. Your gun lights up the corridor and explodes,
Glance to front of his head.
taking off half his head, and he immediately falls down dead. This painful creature immediately charges the paladin and starts swinging its blades that it seems to be piercing out of its own wrists. He swings the blade at you that misses. This guy rushes in, tries to take on the Ogress.
I think you're a bigger threat. I'm trying to be the threat, Rob.
He was actually the closest. Ooh, you're not gonna like this.
Yeah, the world of pain.
He jumps at you and does 6 points of damage to column 3.
Make pain, my friend.
You probably
You're gonna
translate.
spend a fate point?
He doesn't have any.
Come on, Rob.
Or I'll go down.
Go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's knocking 3 damage off.
So,
Remind me to roll when they die. This shrieking beast roars and pulls out a military rifle. He doesn't seem to care for his fellow Dregged, and he fires at the paladin. And he's probably gonna miss. No, he's probably not. Fires a military round. Not a military rifle, just a rifle round. It seems to go off and scatter.
Ooh, shot goes wide.
You hear shrieking and screaming as more Dregged pop out of the walls. They immediately charge it on into the battle.
Okay, so I'm using mine actually instead of attacking just to move the weapon.
Angered at all the pain these horrible creatures have caused, he shrieks, stomps his way through, and
You want to move against flank?
You don't want to shoot it.
You're a melee, Rob. Attack it.
I don't think you're a gunpowder either.
yeah, we should.
What? You're about the same as shoot away.
Yep, I'm gunfighter.
Did you get that?
I always had.
Hey,
I'm a pistol boxer. Hand-to-hand combat.
you got back and forth between what your character does.
Yeah, pistols and punches.
It counts as other.
Yeah, I see we're on cutlasses.
Yeah, you're using pea shooters and box cutters. What's going on?
The Ogre spins around, readies his military rifle,
No,
she jams it into the throat of the horrible creature.
Oh yeah.
6, 7,
Plus 1.
8, 9, 10. Need 2.
Why is it negative 2?
Because he's still got the damage.
11. 11.
You just enough to hit him. PS is 12, I assume, so plus 1 on the dice. Okay, so minus 1 on the dice. Military rifle PS 10.
It's one pistol. He's got 2 pistols.
I got my hand cannon pistol.
Ah, okay. I thought you wanted that military rifle.
I do.
Yeah, but he wants one hand.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
We're in walking around caves. It's like close quarters. So 7 damage.
Put your pistol in his mouth and shout as he is tired. That's for stabbing me!
When's this day?
You hear shadow as it falls down, but it still seems to be moving.
Are you gonna extra attack? You
Yeah,
got
I do.
3 attacks around or something.
Yeah, but I'm out of ammo. I gotta reload.
Punch.
I'm gonna do that. Next thing I'm punching.
The creature falls to your feet, but he still seems like he's ready to get back up again.
Throat stomp.
Drop the pistol. Bang. Fist.
Throat stomp. Yeah.
Well, auto hit does it. Fucking damage.
It's defense 5 against range.
No, it's a punch. I'm gonna punch. I've got no ammo left. Oh, I've got
Okay, I believe
not
you.
reloaded.
Swings the pistols around.
I can't shoot. I've got no ammo.
Yeah.
Like, boom, he falls down. Whoops.
I know, right? It wouldn't surprise me. We do.
Don't you know your gun card? It's from around with the pistol in.
Just stop it.
That's what I wanted to know.
I guess that's like a strength against his armor.
That's no idea.
So defense, I mean armor 12 and your strength is
Strength is 7.
the -5 on 2
Oh,
dice.
sorry, strength 6.
-6 on 2 dice.
So 6, 7, 8, 9. So
You still do 1 point of damage.
huh?
You still do 1 point of damage.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16.
Yep, you crush its entire spine and it snaps and dies.
Out of your place.
And then there's a quick action to reload.
Yeah.
Oh, same on? What are we gonna play?
Reload. There you go.
And you get a feat point for killing it. You might want to walk it off. If you decrease +1 vitality on wherever you want it.
Yeah, you need to hit rolls, bro.
So 3.
But don't worry, you got alchemists who can brew stuff that makes you ignore lost aspects. He's the real team leader here. Speaking of being the team leader, at first you were worried that multiple Dregged burst out of the ground and assaulted you. But with your friends immediately decapitating and dispatching him, John the Alchemist, that's like your name, immediately gets back into action and attacks.
And 12 damage total.
Oh, that actually
Build on it.
it does 1 point, which means he ain't field triggers.
No!
You attempt to hurl a knife and it lands right at his feet. He looks down with a smile and then steps on it. It's a bleed from the top of it.
Yeah, using skill.
The fool. He looks down and revels in the blood and pain he calls himself. He looks up like what seems to be a ritual shriek, but suddenly a knife stabs him in the neck. He pulls down and then immediately gets breaks his health and yanks it out. By the way, Dregged have tough. The Paladin.
Okay.
And keep in mind, you do have feat points that allow you to do stuff like run and gun and relentless charge.
Oh. I'll take a swing at this guy. I'm going to pull the other one again.
Yep. Mighty Paladin spins around and swings his mighty sword right through the horrible Dregged monster.
12 plus 1 for me.
So minus
2 for guys.
Nice. You swing your mighty sword and smack it, and it shrieks and tries to stab a jagged rock right through your skull. Your armor 17, right?
20.
Jeez.
I'll do my stat.
I forgot. Yeah, it does go that high. If I roll double 6s, that's like only 1 point of damage. You want
Good!
-11. No. You laugh as this blade smacks off your shield and give a mighty deep laugh.
One day.
Metal protects.
I helped.
You should turn that shield into a mechanical shield and give it the light attachment. So you have a light that's bursting from your manifest.
Oh, yes, we have a glowing symbol of metal.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hearing the mighty laugh, the warcaster is invigorated and immediately leaps to action.
Yes, leading to action indeed. So I will spend a focus point to complete my spell. I will then spend 2 more focus points to cast charge on myself. And then I shall shoot that gentleman over there.
I just don't know if you can shoot and then charge.
I'm not going to charge.
Okay, is it enough?
I'm just going to walk.
Plus 2 movement. Just double check. Say during a charge or you...
I should probably check that out.
That's what I'm just double checking.
That's the wrong one as well.
Just get him out of the way.
He takes... what was his armor again?
12.
He can have 8 points of damage.
Nice.
There's no kill like open kill.
Let's see if it does kill. Glaring, exploding light pierces through the darkness and explodes at poor Dregged's own neck office. Yes. The core rules.
Yeah, I think they can call it. Roll habits?
It's roll them.
Roll habits.
I'm pretty sure that charge spell is you get a free focus charge. Say what again? Brutal charge?
Balance charge.
Yeah, +2 movement and Pathfinder when you charge.
Okay, yeah, I can't charge. Sure. Well, I won't cast spells. That's fine. But I will use my movement. So that's probably gonna hit with a 15.
And this one, actually, this one's knocked down, but it's survival time. But melee automatically hits.
Alright, well, if it just wants to be damaged, then that's 21, so it's minus.
So another tough roll.
Yeah.
You jab it in the spine, but it still wiggles and writhes in pain. But
I'll
it's there.
spend a focus to buy another attack for another dice ones. One is 8 damage.
Yeah, go for it.
And you finally jab it in the spine and separate its entire body in half.
Excellent.
Out of anger. This ravaging beast is invigorated. He seems inspired by the paladin's brutal attack. He attempts to swing its rusted, jagged knife into your shield, and you laugh it off. Again.
Excellent.
I am awesome.
Never to get through the defensive mental.
This horrible, violent leader shrieks, tosses his own rifle to the ground.
Oh, I was going to do a rifle off him.
There.
Yeah, you can make it.
And immediately charges the mighty paladin, screaming, wanting nothing but to see the blood piercing from its own shield. -9. Oh!
Then you got 10.
Oh, 15. 6 damage to column 6. Ouch. You immediately hold up your shield and manage to deflect it, but it slides through, strikes down your armor. You manage to roll it off, but the pain still stings. The caveman rushes forward at -11.
Still funny.
You laugh at him as his blade pierces, just smacks right into his shield and snaps right off his own wrist. And he laughs at the feeble, dreaded monsters doing nothing to win, except him scared of it. The ogre leaps into battle and
I wonder if I should go around with an attack.
the ogre immediately swings around. Goes for the kidneys.
A kidney shot, bitch.
You get a bonus for attack 5.
10, 12, 13, 14. 14 hits.
Yep, armor 14. He attempts to give him a kidney's punch, but he doesn't know where the kidney is for a drag. The drag looks at him weird. The second punch manages to find the kidney, but it's so small, he barely feels it.
Yeah, we would scratch there, Rob.
Right.
Does that mean I did damage?
Pressure blade is sword.
Yeah.
It's only a quick action to pull out a sword. Alright, John. Let's see what you can do.
Throw a knife. Hey.
Friendly fire is also friendly.
You can kill the most. You just need throw a knife and it just bounces off his forehead because the handle smacked him.
Second attack.
The second knife manages to pierce him right in the jaws, reaches up and yanks it out, and roars in excitement. Ganged up by 3 horrible monsters, the paladin immediately stances up and starts swinging.
Nope.
You smack it with your sword and it falls down to the ground and immediately tries to right itself back up, but it's tough. The warcaster, noticing his friend struggling with horrible monsters,
Spell. I shall shoot at him.
goes to the leader, charges up his mighty cannon.
Roll 14, so dice -1. 13 plus damage.
Well, I just
Really? 13?
Yes, after the -1. Roll a 6. Over 3.
Hold up his mighty hand cannon blows a streaking light through the cabin. He holds up his arms as armor and blades shatter from his body. Done a lot of damage, but he's still standing. Afraid not for long. Stop getting dirty. Immediately stand up and attacks the horrible paladin that's been smacking him down a few pegs.
Yes, taunting him better, sir.
You feel that. 3 points of damage to column 5. He's got this.
You don't want to spend a point?
I don't have any points. Okay.
This horrible monster, annoyed that his kidney punch, turned around.
So then your defense dropped by 2.
Yes, had to be the defense, didn't it?
Swings the pickaxe and does 6 damage to column 6 on the Oberon.
Oh,
You still going? You got 1 health?
Yes, one health.
What hell?
Horrible drag monster jumps at the evil paladin, daring to destroy his way of life. Weak blades shatter on your own shields, and you laugh that off. Rob, angered and
Still drawing swords to stab stuff with.
this time he swings his mighty sword at the Dregged Raid Master Chieftain. Don't worry, you guys got this. You outnumbered them.
18 points of damage.
18 points or 18?
Total, so wherever he's going with me.
That horrible monster spends its feet points to halve that. He seems to be barely holding on. Probably should have halved that first one you did. He's a stupid Drake Master.
Oh,
I got another one of those ones.
16 points of damage total, so
Come on, 1. You manage to stab him and he falls down. Knocked down, but he's still alive.
Curses.
down.
Alright, John, this has gone long enough.
Yeah.
Let's just
Just
end
bomb
this.
the both of them with a small bomb.
Go ahead. Those 3 and Paladin are all on acid. Designed to end this quickly, he throws an acid bomb right into the middle and then pulls out a knife.
Oh, yes, that's the stance.
I don't think it makes him immune to you.
Yeah, I'll take 2 6s.
It just bounces off his body again. That's a shame. How many throwing knives do you have?
You know?
12, I think.
12?
He starts at 12.
Okay, if you've got 12, just keep. I already counted them.
There you go, this.
You've been going boom, 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 boom. How many do you have?
I can't wait to get more.
What to do?
Alright, Paladin, let's see if you can shake off this acid. You roll 1 piece. If it's 1 or 2, it goes out.
You and I spend an action or something. Go over.
Yes, you can actually spend a feat point to make it.
Alright, the other option.
That's it. Spend a feat point to shake it.
Right, so I need to get a big one.
The other effect is D3 damage.
Ew. It's.
Okay, you haven't.
I need to roll a 1.
Yeah.
No, a 2 is too much. A 2 is exactly
No, D3. A 1 and a 2 is a 1.
Yep.
And a 3.
Woo! I'm alive!
So you're burning at column 6. I assume you stance and start swinging.
I'll use my stance.
A is currently knocked down, so it's automatic hit.
Go. Currently I can't do one with it, so it's going to be my shield.
Why can't you use your weapon?
I need 5 strength.
Why don't you have 5 strength?
Never minus 2 strength.
Because of his,
No, probably sure. Stab that.
Don't get it, okay.
I do.
The shield is more damage. Drops his sword and grabs
Yeah, dropping a weapon is free. Quick action to pull a dagger, then just stab him. 2 weakened by the acid burning his arm, drops his armor, pulls out a dagger and goes for a desperate stab at this horrible creature. Jab a dagger into its spine, and it finally perishes and screams in pain. You get a big point and you're going to spend it to check the continuous effect, right?
Yeah! I'm alive!
As the acid seems to drip right off his sword, off his body, onto the dagger and pierce the horrible creature as he shrieks and acids to death. Nice. Warcaster, like, he's had enough of this. It's gone on long
spend the
enough.
feat point to upkeep a spell, and then I'm gonna shoot the big tough guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
Oh! The trifecta. So that gets you to exactly 16 damage. So do I get a feedback back for rolling doubles?
The attack roll, but it doesn't have to fail his tough roll. And the entire body explodes into gooey mess.
Yeah, you just glanced him, but surface section.
And I move. And I will spend a hit point to attack. Sorry, so he's not a warriors. 5 damage.
Well, the mighty leaders had enough. It was fun while it lasted, but each round of hurting and just rushing in just slaughters the remaining. A little bit tougher than I expected.
Tough always changes the way a fight goes. Sometimes really badly. I've watched Troll in a game just last an entire game with just that 1 hit point left and just keeps powering on. What does a rest recover?
After 15 minutes, you recover your physique and health. And then, unless it's from slow recovery, you recover 1 heart for each hour that passes.